Good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of Franklin Marshall College, I welcome you and thank you for coming here. I've been at Franklin Marshall since 1974, and for most of those 35 years plus, I was a teacher and bench scientist, a cell biologist. I also did research in embryology. But for the past 5 years, I've been a dean and essentially the college's grants officer for student and faculty research. For the past 2 years, I've also been a community member of LGH's Institutional Review Board, and so I've become well acquainted with the clinical research that Lancaster physicians do. And as a member of ITN's advisory board, I'm learning about innovation transfer. As a faculty member, as a dean, as a long-term resident, and as a father and now a grandfather, from many perspectives, I'm interested in the long-term economic health of this region. I'll say a few words today about how the college, and by the college here I mean primarily its students and faculty, contributes to the economic health and development of this region. The principle that education should influence people's lives beyond the boundaries of the classroom is not new. The Morrill Act of 1862 and the post-World War II GI Bill both aimed to produce an educated populace that would develop and implement ideas that would make the United States a leader in technology. And in this complex of buildings here, we're surrounded by the fruits of the labor of these many, many people. In a report released last week by the Rockefeller Institute of Government at the State University of New York at Albany, the authors found that universities and higher education systems across the country are taking leading roles in their state's economic development efforts. This trend, the authors wrote, seems likely to strengthen as the nation moves into an era of what they call an innovation economy. The report said that higher education institutions that are successful in this arena rely on a combination of four key factors: producing an educated populace, innovation, an activist role in revitalizing communities, and knowledge transfer to help businesses grow and prosper. Of course, F&M's core mission is to produce educated persons who can build, run, and work in the innovation economy. Indeed, the college's major contribution to South Central Pennsylvania, to the Commonwealth, to the Mid-Atlantic region, to the nation, indeed to the world, are its graduates. The college's historic strengths have been in the natural sciences, government, and business. But the liberal education that our students receive prepares them well for life and work in the innovation economy, regardless of their major. The second key factor that the SUNY people identified is innovation. That is using our research power to create knowledge that can have economic impact and then actively working to help move ideas, new ideas into the marketplace. So there's two parts here: creating the knowledge and then moving it into the marketplace. All of the college's natural science departments provide outstanding research opportunities, not only in the classroom, but in the laboratory and field as well. Over the past 5 years, more than half of the 650 students who graduated with a major in the natural sciences received credit for at least one semester of independent research. Our Hackman Summer Scholars Program brings students and faculty together to work on challenging, high-level research projects in all academic divisions of the college. The Hackman and other internal and external funds support about 65 students each summer. Franklin Marshall has invested significant capital and programmatic funding, much of it in the form of competitive external grants, to strengthen its natural science departments. In 2007, the college dedicated the $48.7 million Ann and Richard Barshinger Life Sciences and Philosophy Building. This facility contains teaching and research labs, a vivarium, aquatic and plant growth suites, and a 400 square foot computer-controlled greenhouse. Also in 2008, the college was one of only 48 liberal arts colleges nationwide to receive a Howard Hughes Medical Institute Undergraduate Science Education Award for $1.3 million, and one of only 13 colleges and universities to receive a Keystone Innovation Starter Kit from Pennsylvania's Department of Community and Economic Development for $165,000. Both of these grants are supporting a new program in bioinformatics at the college and at the same time helping us build a new major in computer science. The Clinic for Special Children has been a crucial partner in our new bioinformatics program, and the college is partnering with RU13 to offer a summer seminar and research opportunities in bioinformatics for high school teachers. So how are we doing in terms of the output of this research effort? Well, by several measures, we're doing well. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but the measures we have include the level of federal funding for research, the number of publications in peer-reviewed journals by our students and faculty, and the number and proportion of our graduates who go on to receive the PhD. So given that, what can I say about F&M and technology transfer? Can we do it? I think it's too early to answer that question definitively, but I can give you at least a partial answer, and that is to say sometimes. I say sometimes because we're not a graduate institution. We don't have postdocs. For the most part, we don't. We don't have graduate students, and our faculty are committed to undergraduate teaching and doing basic research. And we don't have programs in engineering. That said, I wouldn't be here today, and the college wouldn't be co-sponsoring this event unless we thought that this question is worth exploring. And we do have some results that are worth telling you about. For example, the college has filed a patent application for an invention by Ryan Mell of our chemistry department that enables him to incorporate unnatural amino acids into proteins in cells. Well, actually, the bacteria do the incorporating, but he grows the cells, and they can incorporate unnatural amino acids into cells. Another chemist at the college has synthesized novel compounds that have antimicrobial activity. Christian Castaneda, who's a Franklin and Marshall senior, is working with a biologist and a computer science at the Clinic for Special Children. Well, I'm sorry, a biologist and computer science at the college and a molecular geneticist at the clinic to develop software that the clinic is now using to analyze and display data from DNA microarrays or DNA chips. Another student will be working with faculty at the college and the clinic this summer to write software to analyze MRI images of brains. And Trex Profit in our business organizations and society department is looking at the feasibility of establishing a local stock exchange here in Lancaster. The third factor identified in the Rockefeller report is playing an activist role in revitalizing the community in which they're located. And there's, of course, you can't have lived in Lancaster without knowing about all the work that's going on in the north, what they're calling the Northwest Corridor, with the railroad and Armstrong properties. It involves F&M and LGH. But I'll talk about two other examples of F&M's faculty and students playing an activist role. The first is with funding from the Howard Hughes Medical Institute. We host a one-week seminar on bioinformatics for local high school biology, applied math, and computer science teachers. We offered the first one last summer. We're setting up for the second one this summer. Other high schools teachers do bioinformatics research at the college and at the Clinic for Special Children. There were 3 high school teachers last summer. There'll be 4 this summer, doing basic research and taking what they've learned at the college back to their high schools and implementing some of what they've learned in the classroom. F&M students are interns in elementary, middle, and high schools, a huge program at the college. The fourth factor is knowledge transfer that helps businesses grow and prosper through programs such as job training, technical and other consulting assistance, and assistance to startups. I'll give 4 examples. F&M is working with a biotech startup company that's leasing research space at the college. That's just happening. They'll probably move in beginning of next month. F&M has begun discussions with another startup company that would like to have access to specific scientific equipment at the college. We've just begun that conversation. An F&M senior was an intern at a local company this year. This isn't in the life sciences, but I thought the example would be interesting, doing research on human factors in manufacturing. And he's actually made a real contribution to human factors work at the corporation. And 4 F&M students are interning here at LGH this semester under the guidance of Trex Profit to assist in planning long-range strategy. I'll conclude by saying that Franklin Marshall College, like many other institutions, is going through a learning experience as we test out what seems to work best for us. But I hope you agree with me that the college is stepping up to meet its obligations in the innovation economy. This is an exciting time to be living here in South Central Pennsylvania, and I look forward to working with you in the future.